Good afternoon. Today we're going to talk about the Texas Academic Performance Report, which is also known as the TAPR report. This is formerly known as the AEIS, which was the Academic Excellence Indicator System. And what this report does is it pulls a wide range of data, and it is the performance of all the students in your district, and it breaks those down into different categories. Every district in the state of Texas gets a TAPR report based on their standardized test each year. And what they do is they take this data and they compare your district to the state, to your region, and it breaks it down into all of your different population groups, whether it be by ethnicity, special education, you're gonna have your males and females. It's gonna break all this data down so it kind of compares where your kids are at in your district compared to the region and then also the state. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to look at the 2020-2021 Texas Academic Performance Report for Ingleside ISD, which is the current district that I am in. And we're going to look at the first thing we're going to look at is our different demographics. And so what we have here is we have the school year, and this report lists 2021 and 2019, and that's because 2020 was the start of COVID, so testing didn't really occur that year. So it's going to skip that year. And you're going to see what the state scores were, what the region, which were Region 2, and then what our district scores were. And it's going to break it down into your different ethnic groups: African American, Hispanic, White, American Indian, Asian, Pacific Islander, and 2 or more races. Furthermore, it's going to show you your special ed pops, and your continuously enrolled, non-continuously enrolled, and your economic disadvantaged. So there's a wealth of data here, and this is great when you start looking at your different groups and where as a district you can look to close those gaps and to focus your attention on those certain populations that are not doing as well as what they should. So that's across the top of the TAPR report. And then along the side here, we have your different grade levels. And these are all the grade levels and all the tests that are taken on the STAR exam at each year. And what it does is it even breaks it down further per STAR exam, and it talks about the groups that approach grade level, meet grade level, and master's grade level. And so what you're looking at is you're looking at who approached the grade level for each of those different groups. You're going to look at who meets those grade levels and who masters. And of course, you know, in the academic setting, we're looking for those students that meet and mastered, which are great, but where we really want to focus our attention is the students that approaches or needs improvement, that did not approach. So those are the groups that we're really going to dive in and focus on during the next school year so that we can get them to the meets and then hopefully close those gaps and then eventually get them into the master's category. So you have all your different grade levels, you have your different tests, and then once again, it has all this data across the top. So I'm just going to scroll through and you can kind of see how our students did in Ingleside compared to the region and to the state. But there's more information than just the student data on the TAPR report. You also have not only your end of course exams, which is your high school level, but you're also going to get into, and I'm just going to scroll down here, you're going to get into your participation, like how many students tested, you know, if they're included in the accountability. You're going to get into your graduation and attendance rates and your dropout rates. And this is important information because you want to see where your district is as far as attendance compared to the rest of the state. You want to see where your dropout rate is because we want to reduce that dropout rate. And you're going to also see the different graduates, like you have your extended longitudinal rate for your 6-year, you have your 4-year federal graduation rates. So you have all your different graduation rates, and to know where your students are tracking. Are they on course to graduate in the appropriate time, or do you have some lag with some of your students who maybe didn't pass, or maybe they didn't get credit for absenteeism? And so it really helps you track where your district is and what you can do as far as remediation plans and intervention plans for the upcoming school year. So it also tracks your graduates. So you have your graduates by ethnic groups, You also are going to have your graduation types: minimum, recommended, foundation. You're going to have your special education graduates, your economically disadvantaged, your bilingual, your at-risk. So you have this wealth of information. In addition to that, you have all of your different programs that your school offers and where they compare to the rest of the state. And then you even get into your staff, and I'm just going to scroll through here. You can see your enrollments. You can see how your enrollment compares to the rest of the state and different ethnic groups and percentages. And it even gives you staff information. For example, it's going to talk about the number of teachers you have, your campus administration, central administration. It's going to talk about the ethnic groups of your teachers, the experience, the education experience, whether they have a master's or a doctorate or just a bachelor's. It's going to break it down into male and female, and it even breaks down into the pay scale and what your average teachers earn compared to other districts. So the TAPR report gives a lot of information, and it really is a good indicator of where your district is academically compared to other districts in your region and in your state. Thank you. Have a great evening.